Hey guys, it's Miss Reed. This is Lesson 8, Summarizing Informational Text. If you go into Google Classroom, it will look like this. It says Summarizing Informational Text, Lesson 8. Open your ready New York materials. Hopefully you already have them. They look like this, Summarizing Informational Text. You're watching the video, so you're already here. So let's begin. So, summarizing informational text. What does it mean to summarize? I included this in here, but this is the best example of what it means to summarize. So imagine that you went on vacation, right? Let's say it was like a week-long vacation even. You're not going to tell everybody on what you ate every single day for vacation. Like if somebody asks you, oh, hey, well, how was your vacation? What did you do? You're going to tell them who you went with, like where it was. You're going to tell them like the most important things, the most exciting things that you did, right? You're not going to tell them every little detail. Like I woke up at 8:08 a.m. and I brushed my teeth like this day. And then right after that, I went and I got dressed. Like you're not going to tell them every single detail. You're only going to tell them the important things. That's exactly what it means to summarize. You probably do it all the time and you don't even realize that you do it. So, how do I summarize an informational text? The first thing you need to do, obviously, is figure out the main idea. That's why we read text and we write down and we identify what the main idea is after we read. So briefly state the main idea. Then give only the most important key details. You usually answer who, what, where, when, and why questions about the topic. Put your key details in an order that makes sense. So it has to be like if something happened like over a period of time, you're obviously going to put them in time order. But they should be in some kind of order that makes logical sense. And this is really important. Use your own words as much as you can. Don't recite or copy word for word from the text. If you're copying every single thing that the author wrote, then you're not really getting a summary. You're just copying what they already said. So try to use your own words as much as possible. So, if we look in our materials, we are going to look at this text, this little baby text right here. My baby text is little. It says, even the toothbrush has a history. So we're going to read this, and we're going to think about how would we summarize it in like a couple of sentences, right? So the toothbrush has a history dating back thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians used toothbrushes made from the frayed ends of twigs. In the 1400s, the Chinese invented the first bristle toothbrush. The bristles were made from pig hairs attached to a bamboo handle. In 1938, the invention of nylon led to a modern toothbrush made of soft bristles. These improvements led to today's toothbrush, which comes in all shapes and sizes. But the basic job of the tool has not changed much. The toothbrush is still used to keep our teeth healthy and clean. So, we have this chart right here, main idea chart. This should look familiar to you because we literally just did main idea last week. I also have it in my materials as well. So this looks exactly the same kind of. So, sorry, I'm flipping through the materials. The main idea of this text, they already give it to you, and it should be pretty easy to identify. The materials used to make toothbrushes have changed over thousands of years. So, if I was going to include key details in there, like the most important details to prove my point, and they're asking for 3, I'm going to look back at the text and I'm going to think about, what was it that proved to me that the materials have changed so much over the years to make toothbrushes? So, first thing, like spoiler alert, like pro tip, a lot of the times the main idea is going to be like the first sentence in a paragraph when we have an informational text. Not always, but sometimes it'll be there. In this case it is, right? Different materials. So I'm saying this sentence right here. Ancient Egyptians used toothbrushes made from the frayed ends of twigs. And then I'm seeing in 1400s, the Chinese invented the first bristle toothbrush. They were made from pig hairs. So these are showing me all the different changes that have been made because ancient means like it's a really, really, really long time ago. And then in the 1400s, there was different materials. And then down here, it even says in 1938, the invention of nylon led to a modern toothbrush made of soft bristles. So these are 3 different things that show me that the materials have changed over the years. So as you can see, on mine, obviously, my main idea is the same. Materials used to make toothbrushes change over 1,000 years. My first detail that proves that would be important, including my summary, is ancient Egyptians made toothbrushes from the frayed ends of twigs. Okay, and I also just told you I found other important pieces of information in there as well. Luckily, I already filled that in on the shirt for you. So you can see, again, I included in the 1400s, the Chinese invented the first bristle toothbrush, which was made from pig hairs. In 1938, the invention of nylon led to a toothbrush with soft nylon bristles. So I also kind of changed the wording a little bit. Like, it's pretty much the same, but I try not to copy it word for word. So how do I make this into a summary? Pretty easy. I'm literally going to use my main idea. That's going to be my first sentence, and these are going to be all my next sentences. So I have it on the next slide, exactly what it should look like. So I used what I already knew about the main idea. I used this chart to help me create it. It's literally just written out as a summary. So my summary says, over thousands of years, the materials used to make toothbrushes, my dog is supposed to come in, toothbrushes have changed. Ancient Egyptians used twigs, and then the Chinese used pig hairs in the 1400s to create the first bristle toothbrush. Much later, in 1939, nylon was invented and toothbrush was created with soft nylon bristles. So you can see I used my main idea as my first sentence, and I literally just kind of condensed, my dog has been crazy, condensed these sentences down and used my own words to create my summary. This is all a summary is my main idea and my 3 key details. Sometimes it could be 2 key details. It depends on the length of the text. So what you are going to do, and there's also another text in here you can work through. There's another example of new ways with words. You can look at that text as well. And it has the examples and how to write the summary. If you still need more practice before you go into your classwork, what you are going to do is you are going to read, you can read new ways with words and do this chart. You're going to read hair today, gone tomorrow, which is kind of cool. And you are going to complete this, but it's in a Google Doc. And then you are going to do It All Began with Spacewar, which is pretty cool as well. And you are going to complete the same kind of thing, the same main idea chart in your summary. So you can see this is what your classwork looks like for today, your independent practice rather. So this is for hair today, go on tomorrow. It looks just like what is in the student materials, so if you want to look at that and reference that as well, you can. This is where you'll write your summary based off your chart. And then this is for this, It All Began with a Spacewar. Same thing, you want to complete the chart and write your summary. Alright, let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope I see you soon.